There is a moment that almost every dog owner has experienced at least once, usually somewhere between 2 and 3 in the morning, when they wake up for no reason at all and feel like something in the room has shifted. And when you open your eyes, you find your dog sitting completely still, not asleep, not restless, just watching you with a stillness that almost doesn't feel like an animal at all. Most people smile, maybe whisper something soft, and go right back to sleep without giving it another thought. But researchers who have spent their careers studying the relationship between dogs and humans say that what is happening in that moment is one of the most scientifically remarkable things your dog ever does for you. And the reason behind it goes so much further than love or habit or simple companionship. Here is what stopped me cold when I first came across this research. Your dog is not just watching you while you sleep. According to studies from institutions like the University of Virginia and research published in the journal Science, your dog is doing something in that quiet moment that no human in your house can do, something that in certain situations has genuinely saved lives. And the most surprising part is not what your dog is detecting. The most surprising part is how long they have been built to do this, going back thousands of years before you ever brought them home. By the time this video ends, the way you see that late night stare will never be the same. And honestly, you may never take it for granted again. So to understand why your dog does this, you have to go back, way back. Around 20,000 years ago, long before houses, long before leashes, long before your dog had a name or a favorite spot on your couch, because that is where the answer actually lives. At that time, your dog's ancestors were wolves. And wolves, even today, will not hold a human's gaze, not out of shyness, out of instinct. To a wolf, direct eye contact is a challenge, a sign of aggression, something to be answered with a threat. No wolf looks at a human the way your dog looks at you. So what happened? Over thousands of years of living alongside humans, something shifted in dogs at a biological level. A 2015 study published in the journal Science, led by researcher Miho Nagasawa and her team at Azabu University in Japan, discovered that dogs develop something wolves never did, a specific hormonal pathway that activates the moment a dog locks eyes with the person they trust. And here is the part that genuinely surprised the researchers. This pathway is the same one that activates between a mother and her newborn child. Your dog is not just gazing at you. At a chemical level, your dog is bonding with you the same way a parent bonds with a baby. No other animal on earth evolved this with humans, not cats, not horses, not even the wolves that dogs descended from, only your dog. Which means that stare you keep waking up to is not random behavior that developed by accident. It is the result of thousands of years of your dog's ancestors being shaped biologically and emotionally to connect with you in a way that goes deeper than most people ever imagine. And what that stare is actually doing inside both of your bodies right now is where this gets even more extraordinary. If you love dogs, subscribe and join thousands of dog lovers who never want to miss this. That chemical pathway the researchers discovered is called the oxytocin loop. And once you understand what it actually does, you will never see your dog's gaze the same way. Here is how it works. When your dog looks at you and you look back, both of your brains start releasing oxytocin. This is the same hormone that floods a mother's brain the moment she holds her newborn baby for the first time. Scientists call it the bonding hormone, and it is one of the most powerful chemicals your body produces. It lowers stress, it builds trust, and it creates that feeling of deep, almost unexplainable connection. Now, here is what makes this genuinely remarkable. In Nagasawa's research, the dogs who spent more time gazing at their owners triggered an oxytocin spike of up to 300% in the people they were looking at. Not 10%, not 50%, 300%, and at the same time, the dog's own oxytocin levels climbed right alongside their owners. This loop, this back and forth chemical conversation happening through nothing but eye contact, does not happen between wolves and humans. It does not happen between any other animal and humans. It only happens between your dog and you. And your dog's brain is not just lighting up with affection in those moments. Researchers who studied dogs using EEG brain monitoring, which measures actual electrical activity in the brain, found that dogs with the strongest bonds to their owners slept more deeply and more peacefully when their owner was nearby. Not more anxiously, more peacefully. Think about that for a second. Your presence alone is enough to change what happens inside your dog's brain while they rest. So your dog is not losing sleep because of you. Your dog is finding peace because of you. But here is the thing that will genuinely stop you cold. All of this, the bonding, the chemistry, the deep attachment, is only one part of why your dog's eyes are on you while you sleep. Because what your dog is actually doing in those quiet hours goes far beyond love. So your dog is bonded to you at a chemical level that took 20,000 years to build. But what your dog is actually doing while you sleep goes somewhere that most owners are completely unprepared to hear. Your dog's nose is roughly 40 times more powerful than yours. And while you are lying there completely unaware, that nose is working. Reading the air around you. Picking up shifts in your body chemistry that no human in the room, and in some cases no medical device, would catch in time. Here is where the research stopped me completely. A study conducted at the University of Virginia, led by researcher Linda Gonder Frederick in 2016, looked at what happens when a person's blood sugar drops dangerously low during sleep, a condition called hypoglycemia, where your body sugar levels fall to a point that can become life-threatening if nothing happens. In the cases they studied where a trained dog was present, the dog detected the drop and alerted their owner 67% of the time during sleep specifically. During sleep, when the owner was showing absolutely no visible signs of anything being wrong. And it is not only trained dogs doing this. A survey conducted in the UK found that 23.1% of dog owners with diabetes reported their dog alerting them to a blood sugar crisis using scent alone, without the owner showing a single behavioral sign that anything was off. Your dog smelled what was happening inside your body before you had any idea yourself. And the research on seizure detection pushes this even further. Published studies show that dogs can detect the biological signs of an oncoming seizure in their owner, sometimes alerting them well before the seizure actually begins, through scent changes in breath and sweat that are completely undetectable to any human in the room. This is what your dog is doing in the quiet of the night while you sleep. But knowing what they detect is only half of it. Because once your dog senses something is wrong, what happens next is something most owners have never been told. When your dog senses something is wrong while you sleep, they do not just keep watching and hoping you figure it out yourself. They act. Documented cases in diabetes and seizure alert research describe dogs pawing at their sleeping owner, licking their face, nudging them repeatedly with their nose, or barking until someone in the house wakes up. These are not random nervous behaviors. This is your dog making a deliberate decision to pull you back to safety from whatever is happening inside your body while you are completely unconscious and unaware. And that is the part that hits differently when you really think about it, because on most nights, nothing is medically wrong. Your blood sugar is fine, your breathing is steady, and yet your dog is still there, still watching, still positioned between you and whatever the night might bring. Not out of anxiety, not out of restlessness. But because in your dog's world, you are the most important thing that exists, and you are at your most vulnerable while you sleep, and something deep inside them simply will not allow them to look away. Now add this to everything you now know. Research from Eötvös Loránd University in Hungary found that while your dog sleeps, their brain replays the experiences of the day the same way a human brain does during deep sleep. The moments they spent with you, the sound of your voice, the way you move, all of it is being processed and stored while they rest beside you. During the day, your dog is learning you, and at night, their brain is replaying you. You are not just their owner. You are the thing their brain returns to when everything goes quiet. That stare is not just love. It is loyalty at a level that most people spend their whole lives looking for in other humans, and never quite find. So what does all of this mean for you going forward? So now that you know all of this, the question most owners ask is a simple one. Should you let your dog sleep close to you or not? Here is what the research actually says, and it is more honest than most people expect. A 2024 national survey conducted in the United States found that people who sleep with or near their dogs reported feeling more emotionally secure and showed measurable stress buffering effects during the night. That sense of calm and safety is real, and the science backs it up. But the same research was transparent about something else. Co-sleeping can also mean more nighttime disturbances, and for some people, particularly light sleepers, that can affect overall sleep quality over time. This is not a reason to push your dog away. It is simply a reason to pay attention to what works for both of you. And your dog's breed plays into this too. Research published in 2025 by a team in Hungary found that golden retrievers and similarly bonded breeds tend to be significantly higher in gaze behavior and closeness seeking compared to breeds like German Shepherds, who show more independence. But across every breed, the researchers found one consistent truth. The strength of the individual bond always mattered more than the breed itself. So if your dog watches you sleep, whether they are curled against your leg or sitting quietly at the foot of the bed, what you now know is that this is not a random habit. It is one of the most ancient, most biologically rooted, and most quietly devoted things your dog will ever do for you. They are not just sharing your space, they are choosing you every single night as the place where they feel most safe in the entire world. And if this video made you see your dog differently, there is one more thing about your dog's nighttime behavior that goes even deeper than everything you just learned. Most owners who discover it say it completely changed the way they think about their dog. That is what our recent video covers. And trust me, after what you just learned today, that one is going to hit even harder. But before you go, drop one word in the comments. Just one word that describes what your dog means to you. I read every single one.